Well, morning folks. It is Wednesday morning, I think. Hope you're all well. Thank you for watching. Comments and likes, hype button. Much appreciated. Hopefully I got back to everybody with comments and replies. Anyway, did catch up watching a bit of Sammy TV. Made me chuckle. Yeah, we got a nice tractor. And she wants to put some pink and gold on it. Let me ask Cathal a minute what he thinks about that. Cathal, what do you think? Pink and gold on a tractor? What are you on about, Dave? Pink and gold? No, do your usual stuff. Keep it original. That's what we like, original. The right colour, the right places. But, did make me smile. Pink and gold. Love it. No. Anyway, folks, enough of the chuckles. Did make me smile. So, yeah. What we're going to do today, don't know, a few bits to take off this because I want to get the bits and pieces sent off for plating. So we're probably going to do a little bit on that, start stripping a few bits and pieces off of it, and then got a wheelbarrow to repair. Joy. So let's get cracking. Let's get the last bits off of throttle linkage down there, and then chuck it in the box. Say clutch is coming back tomorrow, so hopefully we can get the engine on and then get the wheels off and progress. Need to organise a shop blast man to come in and blast all the bits and pieces up. Need to have a shave. Don't know, we'll see. I think we've got the tubs of bits. It doesn't seem an awful lot compared to one of them, so that's all ready to go for plating. We've now got this here wheelbarrow which the tubs come off, so he's going to cut the bolts off, find some big washers, new bolts, and bolt it back down. Quite an easy little job to do. As I say, job's a good one. Wheelbarrow repaired. That'll do. Steering box. We've got that out here. We can give that a steam clean off where we couldn't get to when it was on the skid unit itself. So give that a clean. Then we got the bottom of the cradle to get off for the hitch under the back axle. Right, that's the last big lump off of here. We can get that out and give that a damn good clean up, and we can clean up underneath there as well. Ready for another day. There's always one nut on a stud on a manifold that's an arse to get to. Can't get a spanner on it. Admittedly, we've had the gas on the go and a great big chisel because the spanner wasn't going to bite, but we've now succeeded with some perseverance of a chisel, managed to get it to turn. So it is now coming off, thankfully. As always, I didn't video the important bit, but we have succeeded in getting it free from the rust. But he was pretty caked up, I must say, very caked up. So if we turn it round enough, you'll see where I attacked it with said chisel. There you go. There's a bit. I got the chisel in there and managed to get it going. But thankfully, it's come off. Nothing broken. Got it off. You can see the stuff we couldn't get to clean it. I think the exhaust manifold's got to come off, as inlet manifold's got to come off as well. We can give that a good clean up in there as well. As you can see, we've got the inlet manifold off. We can start cleaning it. It's pretty damn grubby in the back of it. They're looking a little bit cleaner. There we got all the crud and crap on there to deal with. So a bit of scraping, bit of degreaser, a bit more scraping. I think we'll add the fuel filter housing off, because obviously there's going to be some crap down in there as well. Right, we're just off now to go and drop all this stuff off for plating. Get that out of the way because I'm probably going to need it soonish, so it's going to be a couple of weeks before I get that back. So let's get down here and drop it. It's fatal. Go and drop that off. Then you come here to get a couple of bits and you end up getting too much stuff. Never mind. James was pleased to see me. Let's say he usually drops the stuff out to me. Right, let's get out of here now. Let's have a look at all 702, isn't it, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, as you can see, brakes are, well, the seals on the half shafts are leaking somewhat. So we'll have to have this in and do some repairs on it. A 4-cylinder engine. Something different to work on. Right, so that's a little job that's coming in probably for next week. So we can have a look at that. Anyway, I just had a phone call. Injectors, pump, other bits and pieces for the 168 are ready. So we're going to shoot down, get those lifted up, and that'll do for the day. Running around, but it's all stuff that needed doing and what have you. So let's go and pick these bits up, then it'll be beer o'clock tomorrow. It's another day. It's Thursday. MOT time in a minute. Anyway, so yesterday we went and picked up some bits and pieces. We've got a bag of injectors. Nozzles are a bit knackered, so it's got new nozzles in. Injector pump. Let's turn the camera. Injector pump. That's all been done. He said he just pick it up where the plate on the rotor was starting to go, so that's been totally done. Dynamo brushes were knackered in it, and the armature has been cleaned up, and the starter motor, yeah, worn out, so all overhauled. So that's all there in a bag, done and dusted, ready to go back on that. So we'll probably yeah, go and get this MOT sorted. And so I did make a start on cleaning some of the crap off of here yesterday, and I come back from running around with one of the various bits of new things. I've got some of these wire brushy things to go in the grinder. Started going over some of the stuff on the axle there for a little bit yesterday. Get off any flaky bits and rusty bits in readiness for prepping for painting. Once we get the clutch in, it should be back today. We got here safely in a queue, waiting for our turn. Journey down. Had to pull in for a lorry, and yeah, caught the mirror on that side. And yeah, came back round, found a safe place to pull in, and had a look, straightened it up, and bugger, a top bracket broke. Anyway, just done a repair. I managed to get this bit off and out because I had my toolkit with me, and I've now got it zip tied to the top of the door, so at least it's secure-ish. And a headlight bulb, not headlight, side light bulb down there, put in the other day. Tester was here, just getting out of his car. He said, "You got a side light out?" Bulb before that, it's in the front of the headlight now. Anyway, that's fixed. Hence, I come prepared with tools, bulbs and stuff. As I say, jobs are good. And we had locks on all but one, on the brakes. Happy days. Let's get out of here. Set up here to do some cleaning of gauges and dials and rubbers, what have you. Try and make these look pretty and serviceable again. Get all the dirt and the crime off of them. There. I'll leave her to do that quietly over time. I'm here cleaning up all around this lot. Here we can get the injectors fitted back in, so scraping all the dirt off of here. So giving that a rub over so we can get this sealed down and put back down so we don't get any crap into that. We've got all this as clean as we can here. Injectors ready to go in, collars to go on there. So we pop those in and bolt them up. Somebody's still over there busy cleaning bits and pieces, aren't you? Yeah. So let's drop these injectors all fitted in, the leak off rail put all back on. We've tied up, got the old gasket off of there. I've sprayed a bit of grey painting around here because it's always a bugger to get in around that. Once that's gone on, we'll take the caps off, get that located back in the gear, and then we can refit the bolts in the front. And then we've got injector pipes to get cleaned up and get refitted on that lot. Busy over here giving these a bit of a clean up and tidy up so they're looking a bit fresher. Cleaned up the rubber, lenses, door handles, etc. Obviously you guys have some paint on these bits, but right, so we're chipping away giving this side a clean up. We took the alternator dynamo bracket off there to get the crap out and behind that. Bit of degreaser on there and scraping away to get it off, to get it back clean. So yeah, injector pipes, they've been cleaned up wherever they've been. They're looking a bit cleaner than they were earlier, so they'll be ready to fit back on here with a pump shortly, but I'll carry on scraping and cleaning bits and pieces around here in a minute. Clutch will be here a bit later. Injector pump gone on. We've got the 3 bolts done up on the front there. Also it's got kind of a master spline. There's a slot on the end of that. There's a pin or a dowel sticking out the gear, so it can only go in one position. So we haven't tightened these up yet because we're going to want a little bit of flex when we get those there injector pipes on, so we can wiggle them around and get those set in place. I'll do some more scrubbing done. We've got that cleaned up nicely in there now. So we've got the injector pipes here. They're self-explanatory, basically where they got to go. So we'll whip these caps off, get them put back on there, and find the other couple of pipes, hopefully, that need to go on shortly. Well, I thought I'd let you join me on this one. We'll get these pipes lined up to where they got to go. Never a lot of room in here to get them down in the right places. Certainly get spanners on sometimes. Just get them on in place. Just started, so they're still loose for a bit of wiggle room, shall we say. Those two on there, and hopefully they'll line up to go on those two injectors up there. Once we've got them set in place, then get a spanner and start tightening them up. So they're all cleaned up very nicely. I've seen some injector pipes that are rather rusty and pitted. These aren't really that exposed because the bonnet sort of comes down so far around the sides. But they're all going in all right. So we can tighten them up finger tight. As you can probably hear, well, you'll not be able to hear it, but it is chucking it down with rain outside, good and proper. The right way on that one. Tighten it up. Yeah, certainly paid to clean everything up in behind that before you put it together. And we've got the other side of the engine, that's all pretty well cleaned up now. So hopefully we can get this lot back on that tomorrow. So just hopefully we'll over the clutch. Let's find a spanner. Go on that. Get that one. It was 17 expect, which, oh no, 16 will do. That'll fit. I managed to extract the broken water temperature sensor out of that hole down in there. A little bit tight, but he did come out. Get these tightened up. So we can get out of here later and go home and get the fire lit, because it's horrible weather outside. I had a nice chat with Flying Fergie Man yesterday. Had a bit of a laugh about the pink and gold. And yeah, hope that's giving you something to chuckle about. Well, Cathal did say perhaps I ought to have an ass shot and wear some lycra. I don't know about that. But you never know, stranger things have happened. Might put the ratings up. People want to see my... Yeah, no, you don't want to see that. Definitely not. It's not a pretty sight. Certainly with a beard, anyway. Right. They're going up nicely. So once we start putting things back together, like I say, for anybody who is taking stuff apart, it's always handy, like I said, to have tubs. So the bits you take off, sort of all that stuff, all your bolts and nuts can go in one tub. So when you're putting that particular area back together, you know that everything you've taken off, if the tub's empty, you've got everything back on where it's come off from. I did order some more parts yesterday for this one. We've got new track rod ends. They've turned up. Well, the rod's down here anyway for both sides, because all the boots have had it on them. Completely had it, so I've got to take them off, so it's just easier to put new on. Right, they're tightened up. Before I took it apart, also the timing mark here, I did scribe on the case there, so we know that we can get the pump back in the right spot when we tighten this lot up. So we get that tightened up, we'll find the pipe to go on there, we get that on while we've got a bit of wiggle room to get a spanner in there. Right, we've been out and braved the wet weather. We're giving the old flywheel a good clean up. Got the old spigot bearing out. We have a new one here in a box to go in there. We can bolt that back onto that. Again, we have a tub here with all the bolts in, associated with bell housing, flywheel and clutch bolts. So we'll give those a clean up, get the bearing in, bung it on there. Right, so we've got the bits and pieces cleaned up. The new bearing is now in the middle of that. On here, you've got a hole there, and you have an extra hole in the flywheel itself, which just helps make things easier. Put a pin in there, you can get that one in that hole just to help line it up to locate it to get the bolts in. Where's it gotta go? Let's say somewhere about there. We've got one started. Let's get another one on the go. At least it can't fall off then. Make sure you put your locking tabs in there. So once the bolts have been torqued up to FT tightness, you bend the tabs over so they can't come undone. Just like that. Well, not like that, but I still do it, but it can't fall off. Like I say, locating hole just helps the ease of putting things together. Put that one in there. Go find a suitable 19mm 3/4 metric imperial fit all spanner socket and get them tightened up and beat all these little tabs over so it's locked in place. Right, so they're all tightened up. Little locking tabs are all beat over against the ends of the bolts. So that's in ready for said clutch. And there's some of the other bits we've had arrive. The clap rod ends for the inner ones. Unfortunately that one's out of stock at the moment, but that don't matter quite now. We're set to get the cover plate back on there. Like I said, tubs for bits. We've got no bits left in there, just a rubber cap, a little bit of locking wire which came around that anyway. So that's one tub, no washers, no bolts, nothing left in it. So we know everything's gone back together on there. We got this filter off. This is the filter that comes via the multi-power or from the pump to the filter, through the oil cooler, back to the multi-power. So we'll try and get this apart and see what delights are in this filter, because that's a replaceable one, which I think I've got one upstairs to replace it. So hopefully we can get this apart. Tool number 2 spanner. We've put the tub there. We have got it to come undone, which is a relief, because in the past I've had to heat these up because they're just so corroded, being aluminium, they just turn white. But this one is coming undone. What mess are we gonna have in here? Whoa, that's gonna go everywhere. There's a surprise. Let's just catch that. Don't want to drain that. I've got some new pig mats. Let's go and soak that up a minute. You can see something's been working hard. That's kind of sucked itself to pieces. Nice. Yeah, that's definitely added. Right, all cleaned up. One new filter, one new spring. That's how they're cleaning the bottom of that. We can reassemble this one. The filter goes on there, spring goes on there, Then that goes back down over that, and you tighten it up. I've made sure the in and out ports are clear, which they are. Tighten that up a bit. So yeah, worthy to strip that one out, because that was definitely a problem. Get the big spanner on there and nip that one up. And hopefully, excuse me, need a beer to wash that one down. There, that's another job done. And as promised, thank you, Ray. One clutch is back. Refurbished. Clutch plate cleaned up, refurbished, brand new. So that's ready to fit on. But not today. That's a tomorrow job. That's going to do me for today. Let's go get some stuff for tea. Go home, light the fire, beer o'clock. Back to the trucks tomorrow. One for inspection. Then if we get the clutch in this, get that back on that. Then we get the front off, get the wheels off. More cleaning. Ready for paint, hopefully. Some primer, some grey. Brilliant. So, yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Click the old like, subscribe, hit the sub button, and be more to come in the next episode of what can possibly go wrong here. And I say, that yellow thing, if you can guess what model it is, did say in there, 702. We'll be in, might be tomorrow, Monday, sort some brakes out on it for him. So, till laters. Catch you laters.